New on Daybreak, a huge overnight fire devoured a business in Shasta County, and we were there as the huge flames lit up the night sky and that building came crashing down. Individual state gun laws range widely from the lowest regulations in areas like the South and Midwest to the strictest gun laws in areas like the Northeast and California. Topping our news, a man in Shasta County faces a series of charges after he reportedly threatened his neighbors with a kitchen knife as they held a children's birthday party. This is a mugshot of that suspect, 35-year-old Glenn Everett, from a previous arrest in March. We were there with our camera rolling as he finally turned himself into police by crawling out of this broken window. Okay, just finished work, so it's time to head home in the Chevy Volt. And my readings tell me I have 28 miles in battery power left and a total range with the gas engine of 312 miles. Thank you, Rob. We will check back for an update. It is 6:33, and due to the heat, with all the air conditioning running on high, you're being asked to conserve energy to prevent potential brownouts. A big congratulations to the U.S. women's soccer team and the North State's very own Megan Rapinoe. The team dominated Japan, winning 5-2 to take the FIFA Women's World Cup. The game was in Vancouver, Canada, and the first goal came early off a corner kick from Megan Rapinoe to Carly Lloyd. It was the first of 3 goals for Lloyd during the game. Perhaps the most thrilling goal was the Americans' 4th goal, another from Lloyd, kicking the long line drive right over the head of the goalie into the net. It was 4-0. Team USA. We'll hear from Megan Rapinoe and her reaction to the big win coming up later this half hour on Daybreak. By now, CAL FIRE hopes you've already cleared a defensible space around your home. Now is the time they want you to focus on the little things, like those sticks and leaves in your rain gutters. Instead of just telling you about fire danger, we decided to show you.
It's an ember that's coming down the roof, and it's caught your leaves and debris on fire.
We simulated an ember landing in the leaf-filled rain gutter. Just one little spark. Within 10 seconds, the fire is snaking along the gutter, fueled by dry leaves. Today on Daybreak, we were there as fire tore through a business in Shasta County overnight, causing the walls to collapse. Firefighters were delayed by a lack of fire hydrants in the area. 3 weeks after a deadly double shooting in Orland, a teenager has been arrested for the crime. This morning, our first look at the mugshot of the teenager accused of killing her own father and sister. And officers in Shasta County came under gunfire after stepping onto a booby-trapped property. They say someone set up a trap that fired off a shotgun. We'll tell you what we learned at the scene where the bomb squad was called out. All straight ahead in this half hour of Daybreak.
This is Daybreak.
Good morning. Welcome to Daybreak at 6:30 on Friday, July 24th. I'm Kelli. We're busy working several developing stories for you this morning. Let's start with a check of current conditions as you get ready to head out the door. This is a view this morning from the coast and our Sherry Heights Skycam in Trinidad. A beautiful, cool start for pretty much everyone in our viewing area. Meteorologist Rob Elvington is here with our first alert forecast. Hi, Rob.
Good morning, Kelly.
All right. Thank you, Rob. We'll check back in a few. It is 6:32. New on Daybreak, a huge overnight fire devoured a business in Shasta County, and we were there as the huge flames lit up the night sky and that building came crashing down. It was a sheriff's deputy who spotted the fire around 12:20 this morning. This was the scene at 6957 East Side Road near Latona Road, just off Highway 273 south of Reading. The business doesn't have a name, but the owner told firefighters the business was a plastic recycling facility that wasn't open yet. Firefighters had to stand and watch the building burn until they could get enough water to fight the flames. A battalion chief told us why fighting fires in this particular area is especially difficult.
There's no hydrant system.
No one was injured. It took firefighters more than 2 hours to knock down the flames, and they are still looking into the cause of the fire and the cost of all of that damage. Officers in Shasta County came under fire after they set foot onto a booby-trapped property. We were there as the bomb squad was called to the home on Deschutes Road in Palisadro, east of Reading last night. The incident started around 3 yesterday afternoon during a probation search there. Officers entered the property when one of the officers tripped off a booby-trapped device, and that triggered a shot from a shotgun. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but they cleared the home until the Shasta County bomb squad could get there. We are following the story to find out what happened. We'll bring you more information as we learn it. This morning, we are getting our very first look at the mugshot for a Glenn County teenager just arrested for killing her father and her sister. Overnight, we got this booking photo of 19-year-old Dusty Byers of Orland. She was arrested yesterday afternoon after being released from the hospital. She spent the last 3 weeks in the hospital after the shooting July 5th in Orland. Investigators say she shot herself after shooting and killing her father, 55-year-old Daniel Byers, and her 16-year-old sister, Jennifer. Now in Butte County, a man claiming to be attacked by 3 people actually turned out to be the attacker. At least that's according to Paradise Police. They say 50-year-old James Hassan told them he was attacked near 66 Lucky John Road. But officers later learned Hassan stabbed a woman just before 1 yesterday morning. She suffered a non-life-threatening wound to her arm. Hassan was arrested. A road rage incident ended in downtown Reading, leaving one man bloodied and handcuffed. The incident started in Whiskeytown yesterday afternoon and continued to here in downtown Reading at Shasta and Market Streets. Witnesses say a motorcyclist was thrown from his bike by the man you see here on the right in the handcuffs. The motorcyclist then took out a gun and allegedly pistol whipped the man. We spoke with a witness who described what he saw.
I seen him punching the black guy out a couple times, and I don't know, he might have had something in his hand because the guy got hurt pretty bad.
Reading police are investigating the possibility the two may have crashed into each other at some point. There's no word on what, if any, charges could be filed. U.S. Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl is back in the news. The soldier, who was released by the Taliban last year, was detained in a marijuana raid this week in Mendocino County. The sheriff's office says investigators served the search warrant in Redwood City Tuesday morning, finding nearly 200 marijuana plants. Bergdahl was also there visiting friends and was detained as part of the raid. However, the sheriff says he was not part of the marijuana grow. Bergdahl was cleared and released. He has since returned to duty at Fort Sam Houston. Bergdahl became a household name last year. He is the U.S. soldier who was released in a prisoner exchange in Afghanistan for 5 Taliban detainees. 6:36 is the time. A city in Humboldt County got a new police chief, and at only 5 years old, what he lacks in experience, he makes up for in energy. Coming up, you'll meet Chief Steve. And the jury hears from the victim in the trial of a man accused of stalking and abusing his ex-girlfriend. Hear what the victim says about Ryan Wattenpaugh coming up on Daybreak.